Today we're going to do a recap on describing chance. Our learning intentions are to understand that we can describe the likelihood of events using phrases like even chance, unlikely, and certain. And we want to be able to describe the likelihood of an event. We will know we are successful when we can describe the chance of events using standard English phrases. I'm sure you can think of many examples of chance in everyday life, but the most common one we probably think of is weather. The Bureau of Meteorology, or BOM, uses percentages to describe the chance of rain. For example, very high chance could be 90%, a high chance could be 70%, medium chance 50%, and a slight chance could be 20%. We could also have a near zero chance of rain. Often there are times when we may wish to describe how likely it is that an event will occur. For example, you might want to know how likely it is that it will rain tomorrow, or how likely your sporting team will win this year's premiership, or how likely it is that you would win the lottery. The study of chance is called probability. When we study probability, we use numbers to describe the chance of an event happening, but we can also sometimes use the English language to describe that. And there are a number of phrases that we can use. These might be words you use in your everyday life, such as impossible, unlikely, even chance, likely, or certain. And these all move on the scale of less likely to occur to more likely to occur. If two events have the exact same chance of occurring, then we say that it is equally likely that they will occur. When we have a situation when multiple outcomes are equally likely to occur, we call it fair. So a fair coin or a fair dice is one where we have an equal chance of landing on heads or tails or any of the numbers on a dice. There can be situations where coins or dice or other things are not fair. If we load a dice with weights on one side, it will be heavier and therefore each number will not have an equal chance of occurring. Let's have a go at describing chance. Let's do some together. My question says, classify each of the following statements as either true or false. So I know I need to write true or false for each of these questions. A. It is likely that children will go to school next year. Well, that is a true statement. Although there is perhaps a small chance that the laws might change or we might have a global pandemic, it is very likely that children will still go to school next year. B. There is an even chance for a fair coin to display tails. This is true. There is a 50-50 or even chance of a fair coin displaying tails. It will happen on average half of the time. C. Rolling a 3 on a 6-sided dice and getting a heads on a coin are equally as likely. This one is false. These events are not equally likely. It is more likely to flip heads on a coin because there's only 2 options than to roll a 3 on a 6-sided dice because there's 6 options. And lastly, D. It is certain that 2 randomly chosen odd numbers will add to an even number. That one is true. No matter what odd numbers you ever choose, when you add them together, it will always be an even number. Now you try describing chance. Okay, let's check your answers. Classify each of the following statements as true or false. A. It is an even chance that it will rain every day this year. That is false. B. It is likely that it will rain sometime next year. That is true. C. Rolling an even number and rolling an odd number on a fair 6-sided dice are equally as likely. Well, that one is true, because there are 3 even numbers and there are 3 odd numbers, which means it's equally as likely. D. It is certain that heads will be flipped at least once on a fair coin if it is flipped 10 times. That is false. While we could assume that in real life if we flipped a coin 10 times, we would probably end up with a heads, we cannot be certain because there's still that 50-50 chance of getting a tails, so we can't be certain about it. I hope now you can describe the chance of events using standard English phrases.